Okay, so we're here at the Robertson Arts Center in Shreveport, Louisiana. Eric and I both met Chris J at Slam Dance. I found out that through Aaron that the movie was playing here, like they had set it up, and I thought it was only playing on Sunday, but it turns out they're doing a full week run of Zombie Girl here at the Robinson.
The Robinson Film Center is a two-screen art house cinema in Shreveport, Louisiana. It's a really nice place to see a film because we spent about $4.2 million renovating the building. We took a building that was basically completely caving in on itself that used to be a toy store in the 19-teens and converted it into really, I mean, just a world-class cinema.
80% of the people, that, at least in my experience of the festivals I've been to, have been film lovers, you know what I mean, and people who are programming their own festivals, whether it be small or large. And like Chris, who we just, I mean, literally bumped into on the street at Slam Dance, got into a conversation with him. He came to our screening, liked the movie, and now, you know, we cut to 3 months later and our movie is showing downtown Shreveport for like an entire week.
I loved Zombie Girl because it really did capture, to me, the world of young movie makers. What's crazy about this is these kids don't need a textbook, they don't need instructions, they've been watching movies. And just by doing that, you thought all along that watching movies was like a passive activity. But when you put a camera in the hand of a kid, you realize it's a very active thing because they've been learning this whole time what a shot should look like, you know, how you can film things out of order and then edit them so that they're in order. I mean, you didn't even, I worked with 7-year-olds that I didn't even have to tell this, you know. They just naturally knew the way shots should look.
Hi, my name is Meg. My name is Meg. Hi, my name is Megan, and this is my special video.
I just enjoyed being with her.
Tim?
I emailed Chris and I said, hey, you know, like, I think there's a chance that I can drive down here. St. Louis is about 9.5 hours away. Once I found out the movie was playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, I drove down here last night and I told him that, you know, I'd be happy to be here for the Q&A for the 5 and 7 o'clock shows. So that is going on right now.
How does Emily's mom feel about the film upon looking at it? I mean, has she seen it, Emily's mom?
Yeah, they've all seen it. We showed it to them, I think, like a month before we screened it, our first festival, and we were pretty terrified about the reaction that Emily's mom would have. I mean, I think that just because there is that side of her that, right, you know, is on film, but she embraced it. I mean, I think she's, you know, there's awkwardnesses and there's embarrassments, I think, from her and Emily that they have expressed to us. I mean, they said, you know, there's things that they wish they weren't in there, but I mean, because they both have an artist background, they said, you know, we're not going to tell you not to put something in your movie because that's what you guys want to do. You know, that's how you guys want to portray it. So.
I do have a question about Emily.
I mean, we'll answer questions about Emily.
All right. Well, my first thought when I found out that y'all filmed her making a movie was that it would be great for her to have it, like, you know, immortalized. But then I figured for her that first experience might be something that required a bit more purity. Do you think y'all might have kind of messed that up?
I mean, I think it could go either way. The thing that Emily said to us was that a lot of people have home movies. A lot of parents have home movies of their kids, but not a lot of family has a DVD of their experience that they can just pop in at any time that's done well and shows them going through specific. So I think that, yeah, you know, in an idealistic sense, yes, there is something to be said for just like it happening and a girl making her first feature. But I think that she kind of looks at it as like, well, this is something that I have that a lot of people don't have, and I can look back when I'm 30, 40, 50 and watch myself make my first feature-length film, and I think that might be more important to her than the idealistic view of saying I could have just done it on my own, you know. But definitely I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Will you guys ever follow around the family for 2 years again with cameras?
I mean, if the subject was interesting, but it really is like a huge commitment that I didn't expect to follow someone around and to know, like, if you stopped and that's it, I mean, you have no movie, you could have just wasted like a year or two of your life. And I mean, there was a time in this where, I mean, if she would have just quit her movie, I mean, we could have cut together a movie about some girl that like films for a year and then she's like, nah, you know, I'm not interested, I want to play guitar now. That would have not worked. So, I mean, at every time, you know, when you start it, it's just like, am I willing to make this commitment? So right now, I don't know. Like, it would be really hard for me to spend 3 years of my life like working on something to know that like the end result could just be footage that will be in a box for, you know, the rest of my life. I don't know about.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out, and thanks to the I mean, we live in this really interesting time when kids have access to media production capabilities that someone needed to document, and I think Zombie Girl does it better than anything I've seen. And I actually am really, really proud to show the film. It's one of those things where, you know, the 100 or 200 people who've seen it here are going to be like, I saw the coolest thing. You know, you should have been there. And I think that's sort of what we specialize in here, is things that people are going to tell their friends about for, you know, for a long time to come.
What excites me is I'm like a big fan of the 2-screen, 1-screen theater, like independently run theater. Like, I worked at a theater for, you know, 4 years as a projectionist, and it was like a 3-screen, and those are, I mean, the 1-2-screen theaters are like a dying breed. So I mean, it's a thrill to not only be just at one of these theaters in a, you know, small city, but to have our movie shown, you know, on one of their screens is kind of a thrill.
This is a movie I wanted to play because it is fiercely independent, and it is about making a movie with absolutely no resources. And I think a lot of people can identify with that. When I look at what art house cinemas across the country are playing, I think it's important that we play something that's out of left field and unheard of and unexpected once in a while. And if you're not doing that, you probably need to look at your mission statement again and see what it says and act on that.